first chapter of the history, class 10, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Before that, I have to say one thing, children. If you are seeing my channel first time, please subscribe and do watch it. Okay, here comes the point. Age of revolutions, 1830, 1848. Okay, in the previous video, I discussed about the July Revolution and the Greek Revolution. Here again comes these topics under this age of revolutions. First one is Romanticism. Second, hunger, hardship and popular revolt. Third, 1848, the revolution of the rebels. Okay, that means before we have to discuss about the feeling of the nationalism. Already we discussed about all the things. But here again I am going to discuss how this feeling of the nationalism came through. Yes, the feeling of the nationalism always came through the love and the culture of the country. It didn't come only through the wars and the territorial expansion. Okay, the culture played an important role and in the creating the idea of the nationalism. The culture played an important role in creating the idea of the nationalism. Like that, the art, the poetry, the stories, the music, all these things express and made to grow or to make a shape of the feeling of nationalism in the mind of the people. Okay, so come to the point, romanticism. Okay, romanticism. What is romanticism? Is anything about the romance? No, it is not anything about the romance. Romanticism, it means developing a feeling of love among the people towards their country through some cultural movements. Okay, here we have to mention the name, the John Gottfried Herder. What is John Gottfried Herder? This John Gottfried Herder, he discovered that to imply the cultural love among the people through some folk songs, folk dances, folk poetry, etc. Isn't it? How is it possible, children? Yes, we know that when we heard this national song or any song of our state, we feel proud and we feel pleasure, isn't it? Yes, so he collected and recorded these forms of the folk songs, the folk dances, folk poetry and all the cultural folk things to the project of a national feeling. Got it? So we discussed about the romanticism. That means romanticism is developing a feeling among the people through some cultural movements, isn't it? So here we have to discuss the emphasis of the vernacular language. In the end of the 18th century, we saw that the great powers were the Russia, Prussia and Austria, isn't it? So this end of the 18th century, what happened means the Russia occupied the Poland and imposed the Russian language instead of the Polish language in their school. That means the Poland people, they are using the Polish language. But here the Russia occupied this Poland and they imposed this Russian language in the Poland schools and everywhere. Okay, but this was not liked by the Poland people. It's same, no? If something is imposing to us, means it is not possible for us to accept, no? Like that, the Poland people, they didn't like this imposing of the Russian language. That means taking away their Polish language and imposing the Russian language to all of a sudden means it is not acceptable by the people of the Polish. So in 1831, a rebellion started against the Russian rule. Okay, remember that first these Polish people, they didn't like this imposing of the Russian language. So in 1831, these Polish people, they started against the Russian rule and they used the Polish slogans. That means their own language, Polish language. They used the Polish slogans as a weapon against the Russians, and a large number of the priests and the bishops, okay, a large number of the priests and bishops were arrested and they were sent into Siberia. They were sent to Siberia, which was in Russia. The Siberia was in the Russia, and this Polish, this priest and these bishops were arrested and sent to the Siberia, and this Siberia is in Russia as a punishment. Why? Okay, and here we can see that the use of the Polish came to be seen as a symbol of the struggle against the Russian dominance. Understand? That means here the people, they are loving their own language, they are not ready to accept the foreign language, and it became one of the cause to struggle against the Russian dominance. So topic is the hunger, hardship and the popular revolt. Okay, we see that in 1830s, Europe had a great hardship. Okay, there was an enormous increase in the population all over the Europe. It was a great economic hardship and there was a enormous increase of the population all of the Europe. Because of the population increase, what happened? There was a number of jobs seekers increased. Now, unemployment increased in Europe at that time. Other thing that we have to see that the small producers faced competition among cheap machine made goods from the England. At that time, the Industrial Revolution was there in the England. So, the cheap machine made goods were importing from the England. So, the small producers faced competition. Understand? Other thing was the problem of the peasants. Okay, the peasants struggled under the burden of the feudal dues. They faced a lot of problem among this dues. Okay, burden of the feudal dues. And other thing is that this rise of the food prices, because of the bad harvest. The rise of the food prices increased, led to the widespread of pauperism. Understand? Okay. So what happened here? All the population of the Paris out on the road. And who is this head of this constitutional monarchy at that time? We learned all the thing now. Yes, Louis Philippe was the head of the constitutional monarchy at that time. And what happened here means all these people forced to flee this Louis Philippe from the country. Understand? After that, some changes were brought up. Okay, what were the changes? Yes, first change, it is a right to vote. Okay, granted the right to vote to all the adults above 21. And next it is the right to work. Right to work means national workshops to provide employment were set up. Okay, employments were set up for giving work to all. These are the changes. And again we can say that the other revolt of the weavers. Okay, here we learned about this revolt. That means the people or all the people of the country, they were against this all the hardships whatever moving on the country, and they started the rebellion. Next we are going to learn about the weavers revolt. That is, it is in the 1845. You can see that a revolt by the weavers against the contractors. Okay, why the weavers started revolt against the contractors? Because the payment decreased. Whatever the payments given by these contractors to this weavers were drastically reduced. That was the cause. 4th June 1845, a large crowd of weavers started a revolt against the contractors demanding higher wages. Okay, it was a great revolt. What was the consequence, you know, children? Finally, the 11 weavers were shot. Today we covered the romanticism and this hunger hardships and what were the problems, what led to the hardships at that time in the Europe, all these things. Here some expected questions are also there. I will type it down. Okay, hope you understand. Okay, one thing again I am saying, please subscribe the channel and do watch it. Have a good day. Thank you.